Hello, this is Maddie from Healing Hands. Today I decided to make a video about grounding. And I feel like grounding is a very, very important practice in life in general, and if you're beginning your spiritual practices. Now I can remember years ago when I started my spiritual practices and I was trying to find information on grounding and how you do it, how you'd even start, what equipment you'd need, or if you needed anything at all. And I think going on from that and to the position that I am now, years from that particular point in time, I feel like there isn't enough information about how to ground. And so this video today is a look into how you'd be able to do that and answering questions like how I would ground, what I would need, what environment I would need to be in to ground as well. So beginning, I think personally it's important that you are comfortable in your body and that you can physically ground yourself. You don't actually need any equipment necessarily. There are things that you can use, like you could use crystals to help ground yourself, like black tourmaline, or you could use grounding sprays, and all of these things are effective. But to begin, I think the best way is to start with just your physical body and who you are. And that is always the best place to start, in my opinion. And every experience is very personal because everybody is different. And so what I may feel is a good way to ground may not be how you feel is the best way to ground. And grounding essentially is for you to reduce anxiety in your life, to reduce the stresses in your life, for you to feel more in control and to bring your energy back to yourself, to your heart, to your chakras, to wherever you are in this space, in this time, and for you to feel comfortable within yourself. So I think how I practice is I will sit comfortably or I will stand, and I will open up my hands so that I am receiving from the universe. I will always make sure my feet are placed on the floor, and that is essential. I think your feet or a part of your body needs to be connected to the floor, because your root chakra is where your roots come from. Your root chakra is your security. It is your base in which all your energy flows from the earth to your crown chakra and above. And so if you connect through your root, you will be able to receive all of that wonderful energy that will make you feel so calm, so centered. You will feel in control. And even irritating sounds around you, even a bus going by, somebody honking their horn, lots of chatter, lots of noise, it won't matter because you're in acceptance of that moment. You are comfortable in your body, you are centered, you are grounded. Okay, so I will place my feet on the earth and I'll breathe deeply, or I'll be comfortable with my breathing. Of course I suffer with anxiety, and there's times in life where I am stressed, and so I won't put pressure on myself of how to breathe. But the ultimate goal is that how I started my grounding practice and my breathing at that particular time is that when I finish my grounding practice, my breath is just that little bit longer. It's just that little bit more deeper. And you'll know when you feel like you've grounded correctly, because the centering, the feeling of comfortability, the balance within you will be restored. And it can take a couple of minutes, it can take 5 minutes. To be honest, it's up to you how you feel and how long you feel you need. You could take half an hour and just relax and just allow yourself to breathe. Connect with your breath. Have your feet on the earth. And you could imagine roots entering the earth. You could see them. You could imagine your root chakra opening like a beautiful red flower, like a circle, like a spinning wheel. I think this is probably a good time to mention that if you're not necessarily au fait with your chakras, that we have a main 7 and that your root chakra is at the base of your spine, so right in between your sitting bones, and it's red. And our chakras are spinning wheels of energy. They allow the energy of the world around us, our energy within us, to flow, to keep us healthy, moving, rhythmic. And that will come in another video, the chakras, exactly what they do. So we're just concentrating on the root chakra today as we're talking about grounding. So when you open your root chakra, you may feel that there's light pressure there. You may feel a releasing of energy. Because remember, grounding isn't all about accepting a lot of energy. It can actually be about releasing it. And so don't be surprised if you feel a releasing, or you feel like you can feel energy moving down into the earth rather than it moving up through you, which is totally fine. It's your experience, it's your body, it's however you feel comfortable with, what works for you. Because if you're new to this, it's going to feel like a very odd thing to do. It's going to feel like you aren't really sure, because that's how I felt when I first started. I felt like I wasn't sure what I was doing. You know, there's this silly when I was sitting there and I thought, God, you know, how long is this meant to take? You know, how long am I meant to be doing this for? And there's no right or wrong way, of doing anything. It's all your personal experience. You may find that grounding for you is a great experience outside, that you feel that that is where you are able to feel at your calmest, where you feel balanced, where you can breathe easier. Because let's face it, inside, the air isn't as fresh as it is outside. So open up those windows, open up the doors, get the air in. Change your environment to how you feel is best for you. And notice how you feel in your practice, because grounding is a practice. So once you've got yourself seated, sitting, you can even have your root chakra on the floor. So you don't always have to have your feet firmly on the floor. That's personally something I do a lot of the time. But you can actually be seated on the floor, have your feet on the floor. You can actually lay prone on the floor, and you can feel your roots reaching down from your root chakra into the earth that way. Notice how you feel before, and how you feel during your grounding practice, and how you feel after. So reaching into the earth, you can see roots, you can sometimes feel them, you may see colours, you may just feel different. You may not see any of or feel any of these things, it's absolutely fine. But you may just feel different. Sometimes what I like to do when I'm doing my grounding practice is I imagine roots into the earth, connecting with Mother Earth. And what I will do is I will intend that I draw that grounding energy up through my roots, up through my feet and my legs, to my root chakra, up through all of my chakras to my crown, just here in the centre of your head. And I will say, I am grounded, I am safe. And for me, that's a way of ensuring that my intention is being enforced in my practice. So sometimes I say it in my head, sometimes I say it out loud, just so I know that's my intention, that I am grounded, that I am safe. Again, you can use any words you feel comfortable with, You could say nothing at all, or just say it in your head. Now, there are many different ways you can ground. That is just one particular way. But in our everyday lives, we are so busy. We have so many stresses and worries and appointments to be at, or places to be, and our time is very restricted. I would say that grounding every day, if you can, either at the beginning or the end of your day, or even throughout the day if you can, will bring so many benefits to you. Not only will you be breathing easier, you'll feel more centered, more in control of your life. And who doesn't want to feel like that? Everybody does, I'm sure. And so when you're at work, I find this particularly difficult when I'm at work. So I will feel like, sometimes I feel overwhelmed and I'll need to take some time away and try and find a quiet space. Try and find somewhere where you can have a moment and just stand or sit. Allow yourself to connect with the earth. Feel your feet on the floor. They may feel like they're starting to stick when you start your grounding. That's fine, it's perfectly normal. It means that, you can feel that there, and if that's a sensation you feel, wonderful. If not, you may feel something different. It's absolutely fine. And just connect with it. Intend to connect with the earth. You can even intend that you want to release the energy that is causing you to struggle, whether it's anxiety or stress or lots of thoughts going through your head constantly, like a monkey chattering all the time. Just give yourself 5 minutes and breathe through those 5 minutes. And then end your practice however you wish. Stand up, walk away, consciously intend you wish to walk away from your grounding, however you want to do it, and go back to your space of work, or whether it's a home office, or whether you're actually out at work somewhere, or you're in just a stressful situation or environment, or you're suffering with anxiety at that particular point in time, for whatever reason. Go back to it and see how you feel. If you feel balanced and centered, and you can breathe a little easier, you're doing a great job, because you're grounding, you're doing it right. And like I say, there's no hard and fast rules about this. Over the years, there's many different ways in which I've learned how to ground. And also, I've learned from other people how they ground as well, which I think is fascinating. So some people will garden. I like to garden. And I like to feel my hands in the earth. And it really calms me down. Now, I'm not consciously grounding. I'm consciously gardening. But interestingly, I will feel that energy before I go to garden. I won't feel, necessarily great. I won't feel centered. I won't feel calm. By the time I come in, I usually do. I usually feel calm, centered, peaceful. I've grounded correctly. There's other ways that you can ground by eating red food, just by eating in general, sitting down and giving yourself 5 minutes, having a snack or eating your lunch. Drinking water as well is a good way of grounding. There's other things which are really good, like people listening to music is something that they find really grounding. And it's not something that I think people would jump to. I don't think it'd be something that people jump to straight away to think, oh, well, I'll listen to music. But actually, it's really helpful because you're relaxed in your body at that moment. You're feeling that peaceful energy flowing through you. And I think that's a really good grounding technique. You could be walking out in nature. Walking is a brilliant one, actually, because you can be really conscious with it. You feel the pounding of the earth beneath your feet as you are stepping every time. Breathing in the air around you. I mean, fresh air is great anyway. I mean, it's going to be. And looking and observing the nature around you. Grounding isn't just, you can close your eyes. It isn't just about closing your eyes. And it isn't just about practicing a meditative practice, it can actually be really great to look around your environment, pick up on the things around you, and know that you're sitting in the space. It could be a really messy space, something that you're completely out of control with. It could be a really clean, calm environment. It doesn't really matter, because when you're grounded, you will feel balanced wherever you are. And just try it, just give it a go. I think that's one of the most important things. Some people unintentionally ground. We do unintentionally do it throughout the day sometimes, and that's something I've noticed over the years as well, is that unintentionally grounding will be something that you've immersed yourself in. So it could be a hobby that you really enjoy. You could enjoy doing puzzles. You could enjoy whittling in the woods. You could enjoy painting, drawing. These things are actually grounding exercises, I feel. Because if you feel calm and you feel balanced and peaceful within that space, you're connecting with your physical body. Your physical body, more often than not, is touching the earth. And you'll notice that you can feel that energy coming from the earth. You can feel the energy coming from you, that peacefulness, that calm. So I do believe that you can unintentionally ground as well. Now, I hope that this video has helped with any questions that you may have had about grounding, or how you particularly like to ground yourself. I like to reiterate that there's no hard and fast rules, because I truly believe there isn't. It's however you choose to practice, and everybody's different, and that's a really important thing to remember. So even if somebody does do something different to you, it doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong. It's how you feel before your practice, your grounding practice, and how you feel after. And if you feel better after, then you're doing it right, however you choose to do it. So thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and I hope that it's helped you. If you want to leave in the comments how you ground, I would be really interested to read it, because I find other people's practices really interesting and fascinating, actually. And sometimes they can be really inspiring to how you can change your practice, something you've never thought of before. So please do leave a comment. I'd be really pleased about that. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.